Kevin Love here on the Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Kevin?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me, Rich.
I'm good. I'm glad for having you on here, Kevin. So how are you feeling, I guess, is the first order of business. You've got a couple of preseason games under your belt so far.
Yeah, I feel great. Leading up to it, it was those first two preseason games. Had to test my shoulder out a few times. Started out with the pad, one-on-one with the coaches. Transitioned into some 3-on-3, 5-on-5, and once I got the clearance after those 6 months of recovery, I feel great. I got about a quarter, 12, 13 minutes underneath my belt. Sunday night in Toronto, last night against Dallas at home, I got 20-plus minutes. So really just getting a rhythm, testing out that shoulder, and just trying to get my legs underneath me a little bit. So I feel great.
Yeah. So I guess what is the next step for you? Just to keep on going on, and then be in the starting lineup next Tuesday night, essentially.
Yeah, that's the plan. I think no restrictions at this point. Coach Blatt has kept me in all the contact drills and practice. I think this week will be a lot of film work, a lot of us walking through different scenarios, what we're going to do out there on the floor. And we're right out on Murderer's Row, 3 games in 4 nights against some very, very tough teams off the bat. But we're focused for next Tuesday. We got a lot of chance to get our wind and our game plans ready, and we're looking forward to it.
At what point is the testing out your shoulder portion of figuring out on your readiness involve diving on a floor with Dellavedova? At what point does that involve coming to the case, Kevin?
Well, usually Delhi, more likely than not, Delhi is going to win that battle. So I know better to get on the floor in a scuffle with an Australian of his type. So I'll let him do that right off the bat.
Yeah, it's inevitable. It's inevitable that he's going to be down there at some point. He seems to be that typical type player that if he's on your team, great. If he's on another team, not so much. Would you agree with that, Kevin?
Yeah, I think there's always that a few guys throughout the league where you look and say, okay, or you come into a game and you kind of circle it, throughout the season. You say, man, I got to go against him tonight. I know I'm in for a battle. And Delhi is like the guy behind the scenes that, obviously you saw him, in the finals last year and leading up to the finals that, he's one of those players that just will do whatever it takes, will not take no for an answer. Get into a scuffle, dive on the floor, dive out of bounds, do whatever it takes. It doesn't matter. He's definitely a guy that we love having on our team.
So is Kelly Olynyk that guy for you now, circling on the schedule?
No, we squashed that. No, I was very emotional and upset when that happened to me in the Eastern Conference quarterfinals last year. But no, there's obviously a lot of matchups throughout the Eastern Conference and Western Conference, I think, as a team in general, where we look at teams and, kind of see where we stack up. And even this summer, you saw the East, get a lot better teams move in the right direction.
When you say you squashed that, Kevin, you mean with him personally? Is that what you're talking about with Kelly Olynyk?
Yeah, we had had a few text exchanges after the fact, probably a week or 10 days or so after my surgery. So put that in the past.
Okay.
And especially with how my shoulder's feeling now, it's not something that I really think about too much.
Oh, good. Were there any emojis involved in that text exchange, Kevin? Did you read
you know what? I wish there would have been. I wish I would have been at the forefront of all that.
That's what
that going on with DeAndre and that whole situation was pretty brilliant. I love watching that kind of play out.
Kevin Love, Cavs forward, joining me here right now. Did you give any thought at all to free agency on your own part this past non-playing season for you, Kevin?
I said it all along that there's always a different feeling when you actually become a free agent. You think, wow, I could go wherever I want or play wherever I want and play with whoever I want. But truthfully, it never really crossed my mind that to go anywhere else. I looked at it in 3 ways that I could have I could win in Cleveland, I can be happy in Cleveland, and I can get paid to play the game that I love. And if you can get all 3, in a certain place and compete for a championship, every single year, it's kind of a no-brainer. So at July 1st, 12:01. Got on the phone with the Cavs and said I'm coming back. So it was a very proud and happy moment for me.
Yeah, I was about to say I just didn't know if LeBron was going to fly to your house in the same way that CP3 flew to DeAndre.
No, nothing like that.
No, because I think LeBron was with CP3 on the banana boat at the time that CP3 left to go to DeAndre.
Right.
I think they were all together, Kevin.
Right, I saw the photos.
Yeah, so he didn't have to get off the banana boat for you. You were not in any way, shape, or form needing to be surrounded. That's what you're saying.
No.
Okay.
No.
Before we get to Team Chocolate Milk, which is what part of what you're here for, I do want to talk about a little bit more about your team. Tristan Thompson, in the midst of a set to with management right now. What can you tell us Cavs fans about how you think this is going to play out, Kevin?
Well, we love Tristan. Naturally, with a player of his caliber, we think he brings a lot to the table, and we want him back. But we continue to move forward. It's something that will hope plays out in the best way possible. And I think with this week ahead of us, it's paramount that we focus on who we have and
Sure.
and moving forward with this group at this time. So we just hope it, like I mentioned, plays out, and we go from there. We love Tristan.
That said, Kyrie's knee as well. I know he's not technically there right now, but what can you tell us about his knee injury and when you think he might be back there to feed you the ball and shoot it himself?
Yeah, well, Kyrie is, at this point, he's beating everybody into the gym, working very hard to be back. And, with him and Shump out, those are, we're going to have different guys step up and really play different roles. But those guys are huge additions to our team. I know that our fan base, as well as the league, is better when Kyrie is out there with us. Our team is better, and he brings so much to the table. So he's working very hard. I don't necessarily know where he's at with his recovery, but I know that he's putting in the work.
What's better, the Iman Shumpert hair game or LeBron's acting game, Kevin? Which is better?
Hey, LeBron's acting is, I got to say, I saw Trainwreck. It's pretty good.
It is.
He's pretty good. Yeah.
I mean, there's talk.
But Shump's got style. He's got the hair working for him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those are my teammates. They're doing it.
What is it like being LeBron's teammate, Kevin? What's that like?
Great. I mean, he's a guy that attracts a lot of attention everywhere he goes. I mean,
sure.
You can see how much he cares about the game. Very, very smart on and off the floor. His retention level is very high, and he's a natural-born leader. One of those guys that just makes everyone around him better, his teammates better. So it's great being his teammate. He sets the precedent for all of us, and that kind of trickles down.
Was that part of your decision to stay, Kevin?
Absolutely. Yeah, he was, along with a few players on the team and our management, some of the guys that I met with, and I mentioned, winning being the main part in all this is that, I felt with the team that we had, guys coming back, I mentioned, adding Mo Williams and Richard Jefferson, those type of guys, and, the potential to get everybody healthy moving forward. I thought that we could, really have a shot to do something special here in the years to come.
All right, Kevin, tell me about Team Chocolate Milk and how you are putting together a group of episodes for people to learn more about how low-fat chocolate milk can help you get back in shape as well, Kevin. Yeah,
well, you can go to playerstribune.com, theplayerstribune.com. The episodes is a series called Singular Focus that kind of highlighted my physical, mental, and emotional, journey leading up to this season. And, for me, it was getting my, really my range of motion back. It was, packing muscle on and, my recovery and nutrition, certain things like that. And for me, that's, my nutrition drink is grabbing, chocolate milk. It has a lot of protein backed by science and has a number of benefits in my recovery. So yeah, go check that out, theplayerstribune.com. First episode is already live.
Okay.
And, yeah, looking forward to this season.
Well, Kevin, good luck to you on that. I will let my kids know all about chocolate milk, as if they don't already know about how there's an actual benefit to it, Kevin. That might be breaking news to them.
All right, thank you.
You bet, Kevin. Thanks for calling in, and good luck next Tuesday for the opener against the Bulls and beyond. We'll chat soon, I hope.
All right, appreciate it. Talk soon.
Got it. That's Cavs forward Kevin Love, at Kevin Love on Twitter.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.